Okay. Don't get mad at me. I didn't write the Bible. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that you should no longer walk as the rest of the Gentiles walk, in the futility of their mind. What is he saying? They're focused on the tip of the cord. In the futility of their mind. Why is that futile? Because this life is over just like that. Boom. It's gone. Okay? Having their understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart. Why can't you see God? Because your heart's blind. Not your head. Your heart. If your heart's blind, your head will never see. Okay? Who being past feeling have given themselves over to lewdness, to work all uncleanness with greediness, but you have not so learned Christ. So why do people do those kinds of things? Because they're self-centered, right? Greed is self-centeredness. Is that true? You're only greedy because you're self-centered. Otherwise, you're generous. When you're generous, you can't be generous and self-centered. You all understand that? You can't be generous and self-centered at the same time. You can only be generous if you quit looking at yourself. Let me say this. Whenever God prompts you to give something, yes, I'm not talking about giving to the ministry. I'm talking about when God says, hey, I want you to give something to so-and-so. Don't expect a return out of that person. Now, God might use that person to bless you back for what you did, being obedient to Him, but don't look to that person. More than likely, if God told you to help somebody, they can't return it anyway. Amen? So where do you look? Look up. So, liberty has set us free from those things which hold us back from following after God. Is that right? If we have liberty working in our lives, when God says, hey, walk across the street and tell your neighbor about the Jesus you know, liberty will go, you're free, go ahead. Right? You've been set free to serve Jesus. Now, does that mean your neighbor's going to go, oh, just come on in here. Come on, I've been waiting to hear about Jesus. Just come on in. Now they're going to say, what are you doing on my doorstep? Let me go get my gun. Something like that, right? Consider Jesus. When you go up there and knock on the door, if you just have something to say out of your head, you're making a mistake. You should walk up there having already prayed, having already sought the Lord, because He's already told you need to go talk to Him. Now you need to figure out what He wants you to say when you get there. Isn't that right? You need to have some secret from heaven so that when you talk to that person, it'll penetrate their heart because you just told them something you can't know. Can I just give them the 4 spiritual laws? Well, it works, but have the answer. Have the answers. Okay? So what are we talking about? We're talking about the law of liberty has set us free to serve Jesus, right? We all have a part to play in standing in our liberty. See, it's not standing in liberty doesn't mean stand still. Just like stand there and resist everything or something like that. It means to do what Jesus told you to do. Stand in liberty. So a church is effective when it is walking in liberty. Right? To walk in means to continually do. A church is an effective church when it is walking in liberty. Liberty gives us the freedom to serve Jesus. So, this is what we're going to do this morning. First of all, let's do this. Everybody, bow your heads, close your eyes.